everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies, entertainment only. And didn't winter hit fast? I was going back looking for a particular video from 3 weeks ago, and there I was in my denim summer dress. The reason why I wanted to have a look at the video is I wanted to have a look about the video, back on the video that I got with the 3 full moons, to see when it was and what moons I was talking about. And these were I pulled from the big double deck with the trip and wait double deck. And I got, because I was asking about when for the felon, when is he going to fall off the twig? And I got these 3 full moons in a row. It is a combined deck. There are more than obviously one moon in the deck. So being 3 weeks ago, we had 2nd of May, 31st of May, 30th of June, because I wanted to confirm it in my own mind. When was that full moon, 3 moons again? When did it happen? So when are we looking at? A lot of astrology readers are getting that pretty much his birthday is at the 14th of June or something along those lines, which is a new moon as well. So that hits him really hard because it's the sun, the earth between the sun and the moon. And I've always gotten that he'll actually have an event, be trapped within his own body for a period of time before he actually passes away. So fingers crossed, touch wood in regards to those 3 moons. Now, what do I want to do at the moment? I want to give some huge thank yous. Went down to the post office box today. Oh, that was, I don't go down there every day. So, and I received 3 parcels. One of them was this beautiful, had been decorated up. Apparently it's a cheese box, but by crikey, what a gorgeous decorating that this was done. So this is from, if I get it correctly, this is from Kath, and she has made me, and sorry Kath, I haven't untangled them as of yet, but inside this box, she has sent me 2 absolutely beautiful handmade dragonflies that are on their own little bits of hanging chain with some gorgeous beads, etc. So thank you for Kath. They are absolutely gorgeous. And if you are making those for sale at all, please email me and let me know, and I'll promote them in my post section. Also from Kathy. So Kath and Kathy. Kathy sent me this absolutely gorgeous, again, dragonfly stained glass sculpture. So thank you for that, Kathy. Again, if you are making those, let me know, and I'll pop a link up in my post section. Absolutely beautiful. And my daughter said, oh, she said they would match the stained glass that's going in her house perfectly. So might be a bit of a tussle on there. Okay, so thank you for Kathy. And also from Bernhard, so up in Queensland. Beautiful, fabulous book. Always love a good read. I think I'm going to have to snuggle on the couch and read this rather than sit on the banana lounge out in the sun. But Lemuria Found, so I'm really looking forward to having a read of that. So thank you so much, Bernhard. Absolutely. Oh, you guys spoil me rotten. And I must admit, you do make life interesting trying to get into these packages because they are really well sealed up. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? I was actually going to have a look at the ballroom, but something else has grabbed my attention. But I do want to mention the ballroom. The Orange Idiot, and I call him that because he's orange and an idiot, took the media on a tour of the construction site. He was rabbiting on about allegedly that it is 6 stories deep. Now that construction site ain't 6 stories deep, so I'm not quite sure what we're not seeing. There were a lot of already built reinforcing with concrete blocks, etc. I think we call them Besser blocks, concrete blocks, breeze blocks, whatever whatever they're called, already coming up to ground level. So I'm not quite sure where the 6 stories deep situation is. He was claiming that there would be a military hospital, research facilities, and meeting rooms, and a drone port, so somewhere for drones to actually take off from. So watch this space. However, what's happened is the court has ruled. So back in on the 26th of March, I believe, the court ruled that it needed Congress approval. Oh no, sorry, March 26th. Sorry, can't. March 26th, the courts ruled that it needed the actual construction needed Congress approval as well as the demolition. But yeah, whatever. Um, the Orange Idiot took that ruling to the appeals court. The appeals court said construction could go ahead until they had the hearing on the 5th of June, which is coming up pretty quickly as well. I might actually have a look at that. Let's have a look. What am I going to use? I'm just going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. There's a lot of other bits and bobs that I want to have a look at today. I do post a fair bit in my post section that I don't get to read on, and I do post other readers as well over there if they're covering topics that I don't get a chance to to read either. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, apparently one of the prosecutors in the Florida documents case sent herself the actual Smith's report to her private email under the headings of bundt cake and chocolate cake recipes. Oh, please, can I have those bundt cake and chocolate cake recipes? I'll disperse them to all and sundry. Would love to view those recipes. Anyhow, I've posted that over in my post section. I might have a look at that tomorrow, but let's see. I'm just going to use the standard Smith-Waite Centennial deck. Make sure I've got all the cards out, which I have. Claiming at I want to ask about the 6 stories deep, because from the photographs, it did not look 6 stories deep. And I would be very surprised in that short couple of week period of construction that they actually managed to go down 6 stories and build up 6 stories to ground level. So what is it about this 6 stories? What do we need to know? Okay, about this. Right, okay, got to do what you got, what your guides tell you. Those, stick with those on the top and those on the bottom. Okay, right. Lying, nothing surprises me there. 5 of Swords, lies, deceit, betrayal, abuse of power, making off with the goods. He's now claiming that it's 100% donor paid for, citing the fact that tried to ram through a bill through Congress to give $1 billion towards it. Speaking of $1 billion, it's very obvious now that the $10 billion suing of the IRS was purely a distraction cover for him and his family getting the no investigation ruling through. Might have a look at that as well to see whether it'll hold, because I don't think it'll hold once he's gone, but we'll have a look. But the walking away as well. There's just, I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth is so often a lie that you don't know what to believe when he's actually telling the truth. But this is making off with a lie that people are walking away from, not believing. I mean, I can't be the only one that looked at those construction site photographs and said, that ain't 6 stories, but let's see where it goes. Challenged by bulldozing through, progress going through. It's also my card for the military as well. But this is like, I mean, I'm asking about the 6 stories deep, not about whether he'll get the appeals court, because also demolished the East Wing without approval and dumped the toxic waste on a golf course without approval, which is now leaching. So I'm interested to see whether the appeals court still allows him to go ahead. I mean, the argument will be, "Whoa, we're this far along. You've got to let us." But I've always seen the White House actually abandoned and turned into a museum of sorts. And it's almost like this construction area it'll be part of the museum as a failed regime. I don't see it getting finished. And okay, it's almost like, when you go into archaeology places where they've dug before and you walk, they have the glass on the floor and you can see down through the glass to what's below. It's got that feels about it. It's almost like something will be built on top, but it will be turned into a display center. And you'll walk across the glass panels and it will show you the construction site. The scaffolding's still there. Okay. I can see the scaff is still there. We call it scaff. The scaffolding is still there on that construction site. Okay, this is interesting. So the challenge is, and a lot of readers will read this challenge card upside down. So this is the attempt to bulldoze it through, won't succeed, which also is implied here, where you've got with the walking away. Trying to manipulate, win at all costs, walking away, and the inability to bulldoze it through. Okay. At the foundation, the energy that it's stewing in, what have we got? 8 here. It's not 6. It's not 8. I'll tell you that now. It's not 8 stories either. Well, it might be if it's 6 underground and 2 above ground. So the energy it's stewing in at the moment is, yeah, they're showing me the above ground as well, is the intention of 6 below, 2 above. But there's a lot of information that's coming forward about this project. A lot of information it's sprouting with new energy, but it doesn't feel like it's this construction. Okay, in the past we've got again, walking away, the 8 of Cups. There are certain names. Who was I watching? Valhalla. Can't remember the full name of his channel. The bearded guy was talking about shadow banning if we use names. So he was talking about Thomas M, hoping he runs as an independent. I think I don't like him. He's voted against the needs of the people on multiple occasions. But at the end of the day, we're in this enemy of your enemy is my friend type situation. So we got the 8 of Cups, the red coated people with the red boots are walking away in droves due to these vanity projects. Emotionally, they're like, what the F? Okay. The dementia is strong in this one. So crowning the reading, we've got the 6 of Cups. The dementia is strong, but I'm going to say this was a gift, an emotive gift from the past. So this is very much about the Orange Idiot allowing himself to be used by those behind the scenes, and I'm talking, Heritage Foundation, etc. Being gifted his vanity projects. It's all about the emotion of it for him. You've got the little blue figure in the background there walking away in disgust. But this is about gifting the orange idiot his vanity project so that he stays happy, la, 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 and does what they want him to. Ugh, ugh, yuck. Okay, the immediate future, he might face the Knight of Swords. He might face a harsh reality in regards to this due to the rash actions, because we're going this way with the Knight, due to his rash actions of destruction, disposal, and construction, all without authority. Because it's not his house, and even if it was his house, he would have to get the appropriate authority from the municipal and state governments, or whatever level of authority that they'd need to get. I know in some areas where there's homeowners associations, you can't even plant a flower without getting their approval. But yeah, so this could be the rash action in the past coming back to bite him. Okay, externally, I am asking about the 6 stories. This is about looking at a bigger plan, the plan being formulated. You've got the world here. I mean, I don't quite know why there was this need to destroy and build a ballroom. I'm pretty sure that John Travolta and Lady Diana Spencer didn't have an issue dancing the night away. When was it, Clinton? Can't remember who it was that was there. Yeah, they seem to do fine, having a good old dance on the marble floors. But yeah, okay, so we've got the 2, the plan, the bigger picture plan, something. Tell me about the 6 stories. But internally, we've got a rejection here. Something not panning out. Emotional rejection. You see, he said 6 stories and it's only 2 or something. Oh, well, let's see how it goes. Okay, hopes and fears. We've got the Empress, the birth of something new, the outcome, the High Priestess, hidden agendas, King of Swords, legal action being taken, and temperance, moderation, and the Page of Pentacles, looking at the money. Knight of Pentacles has to come, and a ruling. The Knight of Pentacles, something being slowed right down as they consider the financial options. We've got justice there. And then we've got the Lovers card. Trust me, it'll go to the Supreme Court. But we've got the World card as well. End of an era. Dark money behind the scenes. 3 of Pentacles. I don't know if he's got the money to do it, because I would bet pounds to peanuts at the, 300 million, 400 million he raised. Went in the bank account and came back out again. Probably invested it in crypto and lost most of it. Dark money behind the scenes, some sort of announcement coming from the White House, but the progress is being stopped by the Hanged Man. So I think the appeals court might rule against him. You've got the 2 of Swords, la, 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 trying to block legally going ahead. I suspect it'll probably go. If it happens soon enough, put it this way, if he is still above the daisies, his immediate will be to go to the Supreme Court. But I don't know if he'll get there. Because then we've got the 10 of Swords. Could be legally taken out or physically taken out. Now, as Laurie from The Way of Positive Change said yesterday, if you have a look at this dude, he's got his red robe that's falling off. But if you have a look at his fingers, he's got the 2 fingers held up. Guess what the next card is? The Hierophant, the government, got the 2 fingers held up. The Star, the Fool, the ending of a legacy with the 10 of, so this is uncharted waters. Another 10, ending of a legacy. We've got money trails here with the 8 of Pentacles, and then we've got the Ace of Swords cutting through. So it's not really telling me about the 6 stories. It's telling me more about that this vanity project is not going to be finished, or not finished in the format that something needs to be built there, but it's not going to be his vanity project. Tell me, how is the appeals court? The White House is looking at the plan of this, the bigger picture plan, but the plan can change. Tell me about the appeals court. What's the appeals court going to say? How's it going to go with the appeals court? We've got the offer. The offer you cannot refuse, being with the Knight of Cups there. But let's have a look. What's the appeals court going to do in regards to this ballroom construction? Knight of Swords. Legal action taken. What are they actually going to rule? It could change between now and then depending on whose kids get threatened. We know that's their modus operandi. But what's... No. King of Swords. 4 of Swords. This could be stepping back to consider it, or it could simply be going, nope, not going to happen. There's that 8 of Wands again that was stewing in. A lot of documentation, a lot of news coming out. Potentially it's in the downward motion though. What are the appeals court? Okay, they're going to come to some sort of agreement on it. So this might be consideration. This could be the ruling where, the argument is going to be, well, the East Wing's being demolished and we're halfway through construction already, so to rule against us would be they'll argue that side, and probably Blanche will be the one, because we know, even though he's supposedly acting Attorney General, pretending to be Attorney General, he really is the Orange Idiot's personal attorney. So they might come to some sort of arrangement or some sort of deal in regards to this, where something has to be given over. How are they going to rule? Temperance. Money, looking at the money and the nightmare situation. Admittedly, in my neck of the woods, if you went ahead and started some major construction without approval from the authorities, the council or whomever it is, they pretty much say, tough bickies, put it back how it was. And even after something is built, if you did not get approval, they can come in at any stage and say, you've got to demolish it, put it back how it was. So temperance, they're weighing up the options. They're looking at the money involved. It's just a legal nightmare, absolutely, because of the action already taken. I don't think the money's there to actually do it. Let's see how this goes. Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Homeland Security, and then the Magician, manifestation of something. They're just looking at the options and looking at the money of it. Can be manipulation, because somebody's trying to hold on to his own money. And then you've got the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lover's card, the Smug Merchant, be careful what you wish for, because it is end of an era. And there's the Moon card. Oh, on the bottom we've got the Dark Money. Dark money that potentially came in from overseas, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice card. I'm really wondering if, because the claim of it's for Homeland Security is just absolute BS. There were bunkers under there already. I'm going to ask, the appeals process feels like they're going to approve it, but he can't use taxpayer money because there was, first of all, it's not his house and there was already an existing structure. Is that how they're going to rule? Are they going to rule that construction can go ahead but not use taxpayers' money, not allowed to use any taxpayers' money? I'm getting that somebody's going to be appointed to keep an eye on that too, to make sure it doesn't sort of sneak across, which we know does happen on occasion. And I can tell you right now that weaponisation fund, I'm pretty sure there's only going to be one cheque drawn if there is ever any, and it'll be 1.776 to Felon J Orange. Just putting it out there. Come on down. It's almost like, you know how with the New York court where they appointed a special master? Feels like that, to make sure that no taxpayer money is used. Is that what I'm getting? Right? Okay, so they're looking at the money, but the regime doesn't have enough money to actually build it. I'm just going to say. They're going to claim they haven't got enough money to build it. Okay. You've got the emperor. I want my, throwing a tantrum in the corner. But again, if it's read correctly as the challenge, it's upside down. His ability to control this, gone. His power in regards to this, gone. Doesn't have the money to do it. There's the legal case. The overreach, absolutely. Excuse me, get permission before you do any of this. The King of Pentacles, right? So this is a wealthy oligarch coming in promising to finance it. I suspect might be Fleon. Not that Fleon's got any money. The Lovers, some sort of contract and agreement, deals done behind the scenes. Externally, again, oligarchical money, big oligarchical money, but they're at the end of an empire, end of an era, the oligarchs. The Moon, secret dealings, hopes and fears, celebration at the White House. The money's just not there. Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, Temperance, trying to create something out of nothing. And the Truth, Ace of Swords, truth. Truth comes forward. Five of Pentacles, the money's not there to do it. Three of Pentacles, dark money behind the scenes. The Vanity Project gift. And I think this is more about the fact that the money was there, but it was removed and went to somebody's private bank account on the expectation that the taxpayer would step up and fund it. What a pickle. So that's my feeling. My feeling is that the appeals court will probably say, yes, it can go ahead because, I mean, something's got to be done. But we have all these, like, he's on camera, he's on Untruth Social saying that no taxpayer dollar will be used. It is all donation. So it feels like they're going to do a compromise with that Two of Cups, where it's going to be, yes, you can go ahead, but it has to be 100% privately funded, no taxpayer dollars. We're going to put a special master in to observe to make sure, and away you go and do it. That's my feels of what's going to happen, but the money's not there. The 300 million he claimed he raised, which is now 400 million, and he's very publicly said it, is not there. But they're gonna hold him to that. I mean, he came out yesterday and said 100% donor funded. So yeah, I think they're going to hold him to that, but it does mean that the project, I don't think, is going to happen because the money they haven't got the 400 million. And I'm pretty sure what they're planning would cost more. But I'm just going to say it's not 6 stories deep either, if you go and have a look at those construction site photographs. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Another day, same monkeys. Okay, catch you later. Deep breath. Look after yourselves.